Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a random game in my Yu Yang. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. Going over the matchmaking, looking at a Richthofen, Des Moines Wooster, the Death Star Venenzia, Gearing Marceau Haragumo, Grozavoy rounding out the enemy team. Excuse me. The map is Trap, 3-cap domination, and probably right off the bat you're looking at the mini-map and wondering what the hell is this build? And this build goes back to my complaints I've had about Yu Yang with the nerfs that it's received. It just really killed the DPM in the ship. And this game is going to be a conversation about maybe a different way how to play this. Previously, I played Yu Yang based around um, radar. That's usually how when I played uh, competitively, if we were bringing a Yu Yang, most of the time we were running uh, radar on it. However, there were times we would run smoke. The Pan Asian smoke, if you haven't ground the line, you're not aware of it. You get 5 smokes. They're a little bit longer lasting than a Royal Navy smoke, but you don't have as much time invested in it. Richthofen comes up, spots me. Really critical with this ship or against those rockets since they're AP AP based attacks. Just angle either into the attack or away from the attack, and you really cut back a lot of the potential damage. Um, right here, looking at the mini map, we don't have a lot of spotting, but I do know that there's a Wooster headed this direction. I am assuming that means there's a destroyer, and you know, right here, I'm using one of my smoke screens, gonna try to smoke up my Wooster. The reason why I'm doing that, I don't want to fight an enemy DD. I don't want to push in. I'm not looking to get surface spotted, try to dig out a DD. I'm running this build kind of like the same principle I would have playing a Russian um, or other sort of gunboat. What I mean by that is I am looking to pick a fight with the battleships and the cruisers and eliminate the destroyer on my flank support first before I go and set up a fight with, um, potentially a destroyer that, is going to outspot me. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. Nothing stepped into the cap, so I'm starting to feel like, okay, the Haragumo's up north, so's the gearing, something's on B cap. So I'm getting a little more aggressive here. Uh, Pushing up, I do spot the Wooster, and notice how soft I'm playing this. I'm not pushing in hard. There still might be a destroyer here. He just could be taking his time getting up here. I'm looking to see what my team's doing. I don't like that the Bourgogne is pushed that far up when, I mean, we've got 4 ships that I know of headed down here. And, this is one of the things that Yu Yang Torps are really good with, punishing cruisers. So, uh, would have hit the Venezia. I'm taking it as as feedback that I hit the Wooster there, and I just hit that Wooster again and got 2 unrepairable floods on him, and now that Wooster's kind of in a bit of a predicament. I'm still pushing up here. I'm getting in a position where potentially I can smoke up the captain. Again, this is all, I'm trying to run as much damage focus as I can. I'm running one of the special Pan Asian destroyer captains with the enhanced demolition expert. Um, really just trying to get as much out of this captain or as much fire chance as much torpedoes. You see the Wooster pop up, how he's been punished. And that's the kind of impact that I'm looking to have with this build. Um, you know, spot the Wooster. You know, if the Wooster gets killed, that's a lot less support that any destroyer in this area might have. At this point, I've kind of figured out there's not an enemy DD on this flank, so I get to play a little bit more aggressive. I'm gonna smoke up here and start trying to get what kind of damage I can out. I know the Richthofen, he's kind of flying around there. I guess he was looking for me, but I'm just going to deny him that opportunity to spot me, just using my smoke. Unfortunately, I um, lose my Bourgogne. My Wooster's already bailed, and you know, kind of behind the 8 ball. And now it's time to run. Now I'm anticipating CV. He's probably going to be coming back, and I have a lot of ships that are all right around here. That's a lot of stuff that can pose an issue. But there's not a DD to really dig me out. So, gonna play this really patient. Again, this is where that reload buff really comes in with the legendary module. And, you know, just looking right now, I know I'm gonna lose ACAP. I'm looking to see, you see right there, I'm baiting this Kremlin if he's running priority target, trying to bait this guy into turning. And you can see I see a turn coming up, and I'm gonna take a torpedo shot, and I'm just gonna keep kiting out. This isn't the best torpedo angle. Honestly, these torpedoes against the Republic might be a little better because a little bit more of a broader angle on the torpedo attack than this Kremlin. But I'm in no rush right now. We do have a little bit of points to work with. But I know either I'm going to tie up these 3 ships, just running them all the way north, or these ships eventually are going to have to turn into B. And I know really the golden opportunity for me is going to come when they turn into B. And that's where I can really start putting this DPM to work here. You notice I've been playing my angles. I don't want to get caught against the border. Using my engine boost, just gonna keep running north. Not gonna, do anything, trying to smoke up or play anything cute. The build doesn't have adrenaline rush. There's no benefit to me throwing away HP. Instead of running adrenaline rush, I'm running demolition expert for the extra fire chance, looking to generate that additional pressure on the enemy team with damage over time, just like I do with Russian gunboats, trying to zone them out of areas of the map. So here, Republic, it's pretty obvious he's looking to start turning into B. I'm looking to see if I can pin him against one of these islands with my torps. So I'm predicting that turn. Republic, it handles very differently if it's on speed boost and when it's not. I think his speed boost is off, just judging by the flames that I see right now. So something to kind of consider. You'll notice also when I'm throwing these torps around, I'm tending to spread them out where I'm not investing all of my torps in on one target. I'm looking to use these to trigger damage controls, get the damage control out of the way. Then I'll use my guns with the fire chance to go on ahead and deal some follow-up damage. Unfortunately, I led these torpedoes just a little too far, and Republic eats a fire. Now with the Death Star only 9.5 kilometers from me, I'm not going to try to open up on this guy. Kremlin, since I hit him early on, he's running very erratically, and that's going to play a factor in, target selection here in the near future. And you can see as I'm coming up, my objective is I just want to stay ahead of this push. You start to see the broadside angles. This is really where my torpedoes start coming into their own. You see 20 seconds on my torpedoes. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch this Republic before he gets into the cap. Um, but I am going to have opportunities at the Kremlin and at the Venezia. And, you know, these are all things that I'm really looking at right now as far as my target selection. I'm being patient, biding my time. I've still got 3 smokes left, and dumping some torps on the Kremlin. I'm taking a look at the Venezia right now, and I see that Venezia was sort of overlapping where the Kremlin was when I originally launched those torps, and launching that second set of torps at the Venezia. And at this point, I'm just trying to keep this Worcester spotted, stay out of radar range, keep all of this spotted, everything down here, deny the enemy the ability to just hunker in behind this island, and you know, create some issues with them. I do end up scoring 2 torpedo hits on the Kremlin, and look at this. I love to see this. I'm gonna smoke up. You can't see me. I know these torpedoes are on because this is just how these Italian cruisers drive. You just see that smoke run right into it. And I do land an unrepairable flood on the Kremlin. I don't want to. I could smoke up right now with the planes. I just don't think that the spotting is going to be enough because last long enough because it's only 4 planes. So just, you know, biding my time. I am going to smoke up here because the Venezia shot, he spotted. Want to try to get some fire damage on this guy. If I can get the Venezia out of the way, it'll free up my ability really to start using my guns. So taking a couple shots. Republic, he shoots, he gets spotted. I see that, I think he just repaired a flood from the CV. Oh no, he's still flooding. So, starting to stretch the guns out. There's a fire on the Republic. Just want to keep putting the pressure on this guy. You can look, the damage is really starting to stack up. 199,000. And a lot of it is valuable damage. I've nuked 2 tier 10 cruisers at this point, and really pretty much gutted a tier 10 battleship as well. And I mean, I'm still playing soft. I'm not pushing in there trying to spot DDs, anything like that. I'm just letting my damage, you know, change how the enemy's positioning. Gonna throw a set of torpedoes out there. I know these guys have to step into B cap. We're at 800 points. This is getting kind of to be a close game. Venezia goes down. Soon as the Venezia goes down, I'm looking really to start stretching out the guns and really start cranking out some fire damage if possible. The other thing to note, we're at 93,000 spotting damage. So this move up here has been very helpful for my team. You know, playing patient, you know, even though I didn't have any support for a good chunk of the game, I was able to, you know, just sit in here, make sure everything's spotted, and, you know, save my HP for when it matters. At this point, that's the first point of damage I've taken. And the enemy team's quickly folding right now, so I am just going to rush out here and try to get what damage I can on this Yamato. And this is one of the random play styles that I'm contemplating with Yu Yang. If you notice, the gun reload with the legendary module with basic firing training, it's okay. It's something that you can probably fight destroyers with, especially if you can work your smokes into it. Um, you can do, quite a bit of damage to a destroyer with this ship. Particularly if I was looking to fight destroyers, I would be looking to set up the instance where I would be uh, I would be using, a CV, a a radar source or something like that, maybe a friendly DD to spot for me, and then use my smoke and to basically maintain my HP and avoid that potential situation where the weak point to this build obviously would be trying to push in and detect a destroyer that is backed up by a significant amount of the enemy. That's not really the objective that you're looking to play here. You're looking to erode what's going on behind the enemy destroyer before you push in and pick that fight. Once, if you do your job correctly, the enemy DD doesn't have any support. It doesn't really matter if you get detected early because you push right in there. Nothing else can really shoot you other than the enemy DD. Um, so that's kind of my thoughts behind this build. This is game two of the experiment. Uh, Last game I couldn't use with just replay, just got out of date with a game update. And both games have kind of worked out like this, just a lot of disgusting damage. And, it makes me think this could potentially be a play style to kind of rescue a ship that times kind of push this ship on by. And, maybe this might be something that if you guys have the legendary module for the ship, you guys might try to revisit it, might try to see how this playstyle feels for you. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this one off now. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.